Next, we'll welcome Associate Head Coach Tim Eatman from Rutgers University to the stage, who has continually worked with Coach Vivian Stringer to build a strong program at Rutgers. Coach, welcome to the stage.
On behalf of President Holloway, Pat Hobbs, our athletic director, Andrew Capper, our women's basketball liaison, and our head coach, C. Vivian Stringer, I'm honored today to be here at Big Ten Media Day. This is my third time in this role at Rutgers. The first time was when Coach Stringer lost her mother. The second time was when Coach took a leave of absence because of exhaustion. I am so thankful that this time has nothing to do with neither one. Now, if you all know Coach, she's always asking you to do the almost impossible. Right before I left, she said to me, "Tim, do not let this press conference be about me. Keep the press conference focused on the players and the team." And I said, okay. Then I took a deep breath and I said to myself, good luck with that, Timothy Eatman. But here we go. We're so excited about this year's team. Glenn Kane, our strength and conditioning coach, has done an amazing job with our players this summer and in fall workouts. 13 of our kids have never had an opportunity to do a summer workout and a fall workout at Rutgers. Last year, Coach Stringer decided not to bring our team back until mid-September because she wanted to be sure that all of our players were safe. I want to take a second to tell Commissioner Warren and the Big Ten staff that we're so grateful of how you handled the COVID-19 pandemic. Words cannot even express how we feel about what Pat Hobbs and his medical staff did for us during the daily grind every day. We're better because of them. Now, we've only had 4 practices, so I can't sit up here and tell you who's going to replace Aurelia Garantes. I can't tell you who's going to be the player that's going to be our defensive stopper, because at Rutgers, we start over with every team. Coach Stringer goes right back to the basics, whether it's a team that's played in 2001 that went to a Final Four, team 2007 that went to a Final Four. We start with the basics because we want to give every team an opportunity to be the best team that they can possibly be. Now, 3 of our returners that have been here for 3 years, they understand the daily grind that you have to have in the Big Ten, the best conference in college women's basketball. They've had an opportunity to see in the 3 years they've been here, 2 teams finish 3rd in the league and another team that finished tied for 5th in the league. We're dependent on Taya, Joya, and Stephanie to make sure our younger players understand the Rutgers way. And we want to make sure we develop with our team the CVS toughness that you need to have in order to be successful. I want to take a few minutes to talk to you a little bit about what I think is going to be the game changers for Rutgers. Name, image, and likeness. And the transfer portal is here to stay. Now, our goal and our motto in the previous years has always been life after basketball. So we've always talked to our players about we've always talked as a staff about developing our players as pros and developing them as pros in basketball, or whether that's pros in corporate America. But now that has changed. The players have the opportunity to take their name and their image and their likeness. And so what we're trying to do now is to make a shift. The shift from life after basketball to now, right now. How do we help our players build their brand so that they can be the best that they can be today? If you're familiar with women's basketball, two young ladies from Fresno State women's basketball team launched their campaign with name, image, and likeness. And do you know where they did that? In our backyard. 45 minutes away from our campus at Rutgers University. They came to Times Square to launch their campaign. We have got to do a great job in helping our players develop their brand in the media capital of the world. So these two things are going to be a game changer for us at Rutgers, because we believe that with New York and the opportunities our players have with different corporate companies, that we can be very successful with this. We have two players here that I hope you get a chance to meet, Osh Brown and Laisha Petrie. Osh Brown is the all-time leading rebounder at Ball State, from Ball State. She reminded me last night that she's also the single games leader with 23 rebounds in one game. Laisha Petrie is on the Naismith watch list last year, had 33 points against Texas in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Two outstanding players, but more important, two outstanding people. They are great kids, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy them if you get an opportunity to meet them. But if you don't, look, I know you enjoy watching them play on the courts this year. Any questions?
Right up front.
Hey, Tim. Keith Sargent, NCAA.com. How are you?
I'm doing great, Keith.
Your experience in 2019, I think it was 7 games as acting coach. Is that something that you fall back on now? And then the second part of that is, at what point do you believe that this might be a permanent thing or a long-term thing that goes into the season?
Well, Keith, you've been around our program a long time, and you know that Coach always has one voice. And so right now, the plan hasn't changed, but the voice is mine right now. The one thing that Coach always believes in is that you only can have one voice because you don't want to have confusion with the players. So her favorite statement is when you ask her, say, Coach, when do you want me to do this? We always say, she always looks at you and say, yesterday. So we want Coach back yesterday, but we understand that she's trying to find her way through this pandemic. And so our best bet is to continue to move forward, but continue to do the things that Coach will always do. Our staff is really excellent in the fact that we never dilute what Coach wants done, and we never pollute what Coach wants done. So whether it's tomorrow, whether it's next month, or whether it's for the first game, Coach has an opportunity to do what she needs to do because she knows that she has a staff at home that's going to take care of business.
Thank you so much for your time today, Coach. We wish the best to Coach Stringer as well.
Thank you.
That's Rutgers Associate Head Coach Tim Eatman filling in for C. Vivian Stringer. Did share some good news, said that this was not a serious issue right now with Coach Stringer trying to fight her way through the pandemic, Coach Eatman's own words. Arella Garantes, of course, gone. Coach Eatman talked about the fact that he's not sure who, if any one player, can try to replace what Garantes did last year. As a matter of fact, the top 5 scorers from last season no longer on the team. Eatman also talked about the Ball State transfer, Osh Brown, terrific rebounder, will be a really important player for the Scarlet
Next
Knights.
to the stage,
Back
we'd like to
Commissioner
welcome
Warren.
head basketball coach from Rutgers, Coach Pikiell, who's entering his 6th season and who has really restored the glory at Rutgers. And so Coach Pikiell, welcome to the stage.
Great to be back here. I thank everyone for coming here today. First of all, I would like to welcome the new coaches in our league, Mike Woodson at Indiana, Ben Johnson at Minnesota, and Micah Shrewsbury at Penn State. It's an unbelievable league with really unbelievable coaches, great people, and a great conference with many, many challenges, and I just wanted to wish them luck and welcome them to this great conference. Truly excited, to be here. Year 6 for our basketball program. We have some of our student athletes that you'll get to meet later on today. It's truly a great time to be a Scarlet Knight. We're winning in all sports. The job Pat Hobbs has done as athletic director has been unbelievable. Building new buildings, Coach Ciano and football. Both our soccer teams are ranked, our field hockey team, our baseball coach doing an unbelievable job. Our 2 lacrosse teams went to the NCAA tournament. I work side by side with a Hall of Fame coach and Coach Stringer, women's basketball. It's just an exciting time to be there. I'm honored to start my 6th season. I do love this team. We spent a ton of time this summer developing team chemistry, getting better. I truly think this is going to be a really, really exciting season. On the Banks, we have a great blend of veteran players with a great senior class, Caleb McConnell and Gio Baker, Ron Harper Jr., and a grad transfer, and Ralph Agee, who I think is going to bring some real fiber to our program too, to go along with Paul Mulcahy, and a lot of younger players that are itching to play. So I feel really, really good, excited. We open up league play, I think, with 3 of the top teams preseason picks in the league. So I thank the schedule maker for taking good care of Coach Pikiell. But looking forward to the challenges that this league brings and excited about the season.
We'll open it up now to questions. Right here.
Hey, Steve, Keith Sargent, NJ.com.
Keith.
I don't think you've gone into a preseason with as many expectations coming off the NCAA tournament. Do you embrace it? Is it something that you think is a challenge?
You know what? I mean, Keith, you know this too. There's always expectations on the Banks, so it's a great thing. I think our team embraces it. I think, again, I got a good blend of veteran guys. I have a terrific staff, too, that I brought back. Carl Hobbs, part of 2 national championships, and Brandon Knight. I mean, we've been through this. TJ Thompson, the staff that I've been able to keep and have done a great job preparing our guys for the expectations that are ahead of us. But I like the fact that we got some guys that have been through it a little bit. We got some experience now in the NCAA tournament, and we're just doing some great things. If we pack the rack, I like those expectations.
Question near the back.
How you doing, Coach? This is Mike with On the Move with Sports Kells. And with everything that's been going on, COVID, and there's so many distractions, plus the intensity of just playing in the Big Ten, and just keeping up with all the talented teams, as well as all the talented programs you have within your own school. How do you actually keep their mind kind of geared to basketball and not let the distractions get a hold of them?
Well, we certainly embraced some of the distractions this year. Last year, with COVID and not having the regular distractions of being a normal college student and going to football games, I think that was, really difficult. I do want to congratulate the league for the job that they did navigating us through the pandemic. The leadership from this conference was unbelievable, and to have a season last year, most importantly, was unbelievable. But we're really excited that our guys can get back to some normalcy. I do like it when they go to concerts. I do like it when they go to football games, and they're able to kind of get away from basketball too at times. But I also remind them always of the challenges. This league had 12 ranked teams out of 14 last year, unheard of in college basketball. I mean, this league night in and night out is the most competitive league in the country. And those challenges hopefully show up every day in our practices and how we prepare them to meet those challenges. But last year was just a whole host of other challenges that we had to kind of, get through. And they did a great job, navigating all those different obstacles.
Okay.
Mike DeCourcy from Sporting News. Steve, it's good to see you. I wonder, you had such an abundance of terrific perimeter players on last year's team, and then a couple of them decided to transfer. Does that change how you coach? Does it make your decision-making a little easier, and does it also increase the pressure on the guys who are left maybe to be a little bit more consistent?
Yeah, I think, like with every program, guys leave, guys graduate and move on. I think we've tried to build a culture that the next guy up and is ready, ready to help us. I love our backcourt. It's by far been the most cohesive backcourt that I've had. Geo Baker being a fifth-year guy that can make and take big shots and has been through the war. Paul Mulcahy has improved a guy as we've had in the league and he's played a ton of minutes. Caleb McConnell has been a guy from day one that just brings terrific energy and a multi-position, kind of guy. I think he has a chance to be an all-defensive team, player in our conference. And I love their experience. And then I love some of our young guys that now have a year under their belt, and Mawat Mag and Jaden Jones. And we brought in a freshman, Jalen Miller, that is good a defender as I've had in the program. And then we got Andre Hyatt, too, out of the transfer portal from LSU. And we have a kid named Oscar, Palmquist, and Dean Reber. We've had a lot of players that didn't get as many minutes last year, but they had a year of experience. They know what our system's all about. And I look forward to, the challenges, that this team will bring to me this year. But our chemistry is elite right now, and it's a really, really good group. And I've enjoyed coaching this group as much as I've enjoyed coaching any group in my 16 years being a head coach.
We have time for one final question in the back.
Kevin Brockway, CNHI Sports Indiana. Coach, you alluded to your backcourt, frontcourt-wise, you lose Miles Johnson. I'm just curious about Cliff Omoyuri and some of the other guys, your thoughts on how they're stepping into kind of those roles this season.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the development, of Cliff. He's a special player, first and foremost, special person, as good a worker as I've had in the program, and I've had some really good workers. Athletically, he's as high a level athlete as there is anywhere, but as a person too, off the charts. He will be as improved a player as there is in the league. I think he, learned a lot last year. He was injured. He started the season as a starter, fought through, some injuries, and then played behind a very experienced, Miles Johnson. So he's ready to take that next step, and we've added Ralph Agee, to our program, and I think Ralph is going to bring tremendous fiber as a fifth-year senior. That position will be as good a five spot as we've had since I've been, at Rutgers. And Dean Reber, too, is a 6'10" freshman with terrific athleticism, who is in year 2, so he gets the COVID year back. So excited about him. And then Oscar Palmquist and Ron Harper. We're as big as we've ever been as a program, from the point guard spot to the center spot. So feel really good about that, and looking forward to those guys showing you the improvements, that they've made.
Thank you so much for your time this morning, Coach. Good luck this season.
Thank you so much.
Just an unbelievable rebuild by one of the great guys in all of college sports. Rutgers would have been part of the NCAA tournament in 2020 had it not been canceled because of the COVID pandemic. Didn't fret, came back in 2021, not just made the NCAA tournament, but posted a win getting into that round of 32.